Hello there, fellow NPCs. I'm Scythe, and today we're getting back into the house in Fata Morgana, Requiem for Innocence, and we are at Jacopo's place right now because Morgana had a bit of a panic attack and decided to yell at Jaren. That's her name, not Jester. Jaren. And, that made her feel bad because Jaren did not get hurt by it. Jaren is perfect in that way, even though Morgana considers her imperfect in every way. So that juxtaposition of having conflicting thoughts is destroying her from within, essentially. How can you be so perfect and still be so bad, essentially? And she's reflecting on that on herself. How can I be so bad when I'm supposed to be perfect? So yeah, that's interesting. But either way, we are now at Jacopo's place because Morgana needs some time to rest, to just be away from stuff. So that is where we're going to pick up right now. Let's go. Morning already, or is it afternoon? Either way, it's about time I got up. Oh, my back hurts like hell. Why? Oh, right, I slept on the floor and... What? She is singing! I do not believe she's going to be super happy, however. Like, yeah, super happy. But maybe just... But the music is too high-pitched and happy that makes me believe that. She's not going to be smiling is what I'm getting at. There was something oddly revitalizing about the sunlight shining in through the open window. And the summer breeze lacked its usual stifling heat. In fact, feeling quite pleasant against my cheeks. A pair of long burgundy braids danced gently in the wind. Leaning against the windowsill and singing was a young girl. Beads of light streaming down over her small robed body. I found myself staring, entranced by the sight. The ground where she stood seemed almost sacred, like it would be forever tainted if I set foot in it. The sound of her voice washed over me like a wave and seeped into my half-asleep body, permeating every fiber of my being. An indescribable amalgam of feelings welled up in my breast. It was a feeling similar to the first I had heard her sing, only comparably more profound. It took everything I had to keep the fire from appearing on my face, spilling from my lips. I simply sat there in silence, taking in the sight and sound. When she slowly turned to face me, the sunlight now illuminating her silhouette. We don't get to see it. She's so pale, but she's... Is it the ointment? Nah. But she looks happy, or satisfied, content. Oh, I thought you were still asleep. She is smiling. Good morning. Morgana, your face. What of it? In a half-frenzy, I scrambled over to the window and grabbed her by the shoulders. Her eyes went wide for a moment, but she didn't shove me aside, only stared. I could see my own reflection in her golden eyes. And then, as my eyes grew accustomed to the light... Yeah, there we go. I saw her, as she was. Face covered in the same marks as I knew so well. But what's wrong? Did you forget I was here? I could only imagine how stupid my face looked in that moment. Mouth hanging awkwardly half agape as I attempted a chuckle, only a sigh managing to make it up and out of my throat. Sorry. Still not all the way awake. Was the face I had seen a mere illusion? A fantasy conjured up by my mind? Almost certainly. It was nothing more than a figment of my imagination. But I wanted it to be what she looked like when she healed. And I wanted more than ever to finally see it for real. Because I was standing so close, she had to tilt her head back more than usual to see me, resulting in her face, usually concealed by her hood, being exposed to the sunlight. Even covered in grotesque marks, I was close enough to make out the precise outline of her face, the exact shape of her eyes, the perfect straight line of her nose. With each passing moment, that vision began to seem more and more real. I summoned the image of her healed face once more. Standing before me was a girl who could easily pass as a noble, a beauty and dignity to match her impeccable singing voice. Imposing though she was, I was certain her smile would be filled with warmth. Is something the matter? Why are you staring at me? I know I'm hideous. You don't have to tell me, so get back. Morgana. What? Whoa! That was a quick turn. I think I might love you. Excuse me? The words came out entirely independent of my own will. But yeah, I was getting that feeling as well. As he was sitting there talking about how she was sitting there on the windowsill, I got that feeling too, that he is in love with her now. And it had me remembering Katawa Shoyo, I believe it is. Yes, Katawa Shoyo. When you are with the burn victim. That I don't remember her name now, but she has like second-degree burns all over her body or something like that. And despite the fact that she is so badly damaged from that fire, you still see the beauty because you get to know the person. I was getting that same feeling right here. Not that I have carrying an emotion for Morgana like that, but I can understand why Jacopo would feel that. Because I felt something like that when I was playing Katawa Shoyo. I didn't grasp the meaning of what I had just said. Until after I realized her brow was furrowed in perplexity. Until after, like a total buffoon, I thought, why is Morgana giving me that look? A chill ran down my spine as I finally began to comprehend the absurdity of what I had said. Not a single excuse came to mind. All my words simply vanished into a thick white fog. What had I said to her again? What had I said to this little girl? I loved her? Me in love with a child? Is that so? Why, thank you. You sure don't sound surprised. How can she remain so calm? I'm barely keeping it together here. I don't see why I would be. You're only telling me what I already know. What? Say again? She already knew how I felt? I didn't even know how I felt. You care for everyone at the brothel. Yeah, oh? You love all the girls at the brothel like they're your family. It's quite obvious from your actions. I suppose it doesn't hurt to put it into words every once in a while. But in any case, you made your feelings quite clear. You made it clear that I count as one of them. Okay. The only thing that's clear here is that you don't understand the first thing about my feelings. No, I meant... You really want to tell her right here, right now, that no, my feelings for her are different. Use your damn head, Jacopo. She's 11 years old. And you're 21. What the hell has gotten into you? Yeah, I meant it exactly like that. You took the words right out of my mouth. I see. Well, I'll say... It means a lot to me to be seen as the same as everyone else. Morgana. I said nothing. You heard nothing. God. What is happening to me? I have no idea what's going on anymore. Nothing makes the damnedest bit of sense. I was having a difficult time accepting how taken I seemed to be with this girl. With this child. I covered my face with my hands, groaning and trying my best not to pay any mind in the pair of perplexed eyes I could feel staring a hole through me. Fuck me, that was a long sentence. And I thought, I have to at least wait until she turns 16. 5 more years. And that's another 7 months passed, bringing them 3 years from their first encounter. Okay. This time I could read it, actually, in time. No, but I was going to say 5 years, and she still has to accept you as well. It's not enough that you love her, she has to love you back. And yeah, I mean, those feelings are developing. They are. Yeah. Time continued its slow, constant march, and soon winter was upon us. The skies were incredibly clear. hardly a cloud in sight. By all appearances, the weather was great, until the occasional gust of wind came along and chilled me to the bone. Each breath came out in a puff of white, dissipating as it drifted upward. Rubbing my arms, I made my way to where I knew I would find her. Has she ever once skipped a day these last 3 years? Rain or snow, sweltering heat or bitter cold, she always seems to be here when I come looking. I let out a little sigh, then called for her. I swear. You spend so much time in this graveyard that one of these days, someone's going to mistake you for a gravekeeper, or maybe a grave robber. She turned around to face me. She looked moderately annoyed, her glare piercing as ever. I could hear the soft bite of her voice before she even responded. Someone less familiar with her might perceive her mannerisms as standoffish, not unlike she had been when I first brought her here. But I could clearly tell the difference. She was warming up, ever so slightly. Yeah. And that is also because of her meltdown in the last video, when she was finally forced to confront her own feelings. She broke down the foundation of who and what she is, and from those rubble she could rebuild, essentially. And that is why she was smiling, that is why she was singing on the windowsill, that is why she's okay with being seen as part of the family. Very, very nice progression here. I can understand a gravekeeper, but I take offense at the suggestion I look like a grave robber. I'm praying for souls who have no one to see them off. She was no longer walking on eggshells through every interaction. Her sense of self-worth seemed to have improved as well. I would even go so far as to say she could be a bit cocky at times, generally at my expense. But that also meant I didn't have to tread quite so carefully around her either. Trading grievances and insults was becoming our personal kind of banter. Rather than signifying a widening rift, the increased level of abuse was a sign of how much closer we'd gotten. Honestly, I don't get it. Why do you care so much? These are souls that have no one else to pray for them. At best, they may get a bit of lip service from a priest once or twice. It's our responsibility to help to offer a helping hand to the sick and the poor. To pray for the abandoned souls. Oh boy, here comes another sermon. What I don't get is why you need to pray for the dead at all. They're just bags of bones. I hope you enjoy an eternity in hell, blasphemer. Hey, that was uncalled for. I'm joking, obviously, and she's actually smiling. That's nice. That is nice. You take black humor to a new level. The fact she would even call such remarks a joke was proof enough of how far she had come. This wasn't the first time I had told her I thought the living were more important than the dead, and we still disagreed on that point. But a difference in values had caused her to push away much harder before than she did now. At least, I was pretty sure she wasn't pushing me away as much. Hey, it's that time again, Morgana. Come on, don't turn away from me. I know you can hear me. I brought ointment, so let me put it on you. It's a waste of time. You don't know that. Yours looks much better than before. Do they? That's fucking sad. She's getting better is what that means. It won't be long before your face starts healing too. Ointment isn't free. You're wasting your money. It's my money, I can use it however I please. So just shut up and let me do this. You're a very obnoxious man, you know. What was that? You want me to rub it in real hard, do you? Fine. While it might appear I wanted something in return for my efforts, I wasn't in it for gratitude or a reward. It was more like my way of retaliating. She badmouthed me, I make her take my ointment. We have performed the ritual hundreds of times now, though the exact shape of the exchange slowly evolved over time. Where I would once desperately attempt to shoot down her assertions of wasting her time, and there's no point, I had come to realize that doing so only put unnecessary stress on her, so I started jabbing back instead. And for all of her complaining, I was pretty sure Morgana wasn't entirely put off by my stubborn insistence. The day after the festival, when I had declared my intent to keep trying to heal her face, she had responded with, "I won't stop complaining either." And I had said, "I'll have to practice not letting it get under my skin as much then." I still remember that day quite vividly, and I hope she did as well. So while it might come off like we were genuinely fighting, in reality, I quite enjoyed our little sparring matches. She was still outwardly reticent and sulky as ever, but in a kind of charming way, now that we had established this routine. Not having to be painfully careful with my words made things easier for me as well. Huh. What are you laughing about? Oh, nothing. Hey, don't you give me that death glare of yours. You think this is me glaring? So I've been meaning to ask you something. And what would that be? What are you hoping to get out of repairing my face? I'm not trying to get anything. I just want you to heal up. And here I thought you were going to try and make me work at the brothel. How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not going to make you be a prostitute. What other reason could you have for wanting my face to get better? Because I want to see it. Isn't that enough? Just so we're clear, that wasn't me hitting on you, okay? The thought never occurred to me. I hope you're prepared to be let down if I ever do heal. In fact, you had best not get your hopes up at all. The higher you let your expectations climb, the greater your disappointment will be when I turn out to be equally hideous beneath these scars. Not even I can remember what I looked like before. Huh. I'm not afraid to be disappointed. That possibility is just part of the fun. You have as much tact as a worm. No tact and preference for ugly girls, I'm told. I'm a real winner. Ugly. It's a wonder no one thralls you in your sleep. I'll still be your friend, even if you turn out to be the ugliest girl in the city. You should be grateful. You're unbelievable. And to think I used to think you were a half-decent man. If you'd like me to go back to walking on thin ice, I can. But my gut tells me that that's not what you really want. There's a difference between not sugarcoating your words and being outright rude, you realize. Yeah, you're one to talk. How is it you haven't managed to chase off everyone in your life yet? I act like a decent guy around other people. Do my best to fit in. Then why are you such a dolt around me? Just do my best to fit in. So you're saying this is my fault? Everyone could have used a thorn or two. Makes it more exciting. You especially. Okay, that should be everything. Does it sting anywhere? Not particularly, no. Alright. Oh, also, finish up here and get back to the brothel soon. Unless you'd rather I drag you there. Why? Seriously? It's your damned birthday, that's why. And? What do you think, dimwit? Maria and the girls wants to celebrate. Get back there soon, okay? I'm planning to drop by too. Right! Fucking hell, this is where it happens. It was right before her birthday that they were raided. Right. Jacopo was supposed to give her a necklace, I believe it was. Right. Right. Okay. Okay. As much as I'm loath to admit it, she can be kind of cute when she's not wishing me an eternity in hell. Not that I'm ever letting those words leave my lips. So, hey, I thought you were leaving. One day, I'll show you the world. Sometimes, I wonder if that's the only phrase you know. Yes, I heard you the first 100 times. I won't get my hopes up. And she thinks I don't sugarcoat my words? Get your hopes up, damn it! Anyway, I'll see you later. I had every intention of making good on that promise, and I had more than enough reason to believe I could. Though admittedly, it wasn't until recently that I could say so with such confidence. It was no longer a mere slumrat's fantasy. Our ranks were getting stronger by the day. Discontent with the Lord was up, but overall, so was our morale. I could feel it. The time was near. Though the biggest motivating factor lay elsewhere, in something that had occurred about a month earlier. I had yet to share that little nugget with anyone else though. This could be the key to bringing it all together. But I need to keep my head in the right place today. It's Morgana's birthday above anything else. Planning this revolution can wait another day. I was probably a bit too eager to get started. My judgment clouded my anticipation. The very thought that I could soon be someone of real significance. And excitement had probably leaked a bit into my conversation with Morgana. If only. If only I had understood. I truly grasped the extent of my own capabilities, where I should have been focusing my effort. And perhaps we could have ended up on a very different path. But it would not be until much, much later that I came to realize the error of my ways. About time you showed up. Get in there and give us a hand, would you? I was engulfed in the scent of roasting meat as soon as I stepped through the back door of the brothel. It smelled like it had even been seasoned with herbs, kicking my appetite into a high gear. For the common man, culinary herbs were a delicacy, expensive and not something you could get your hands on easily. And that went doubly so for us in the slums. This is much more elaborate than I was expecting. How did you even get all the supplies you needed? It's mostly a mishmash of everyone's rainy day funds. Events like this are about the only way I can convince the girls to let loose. Everyone's also concerned about making sure they've always got plenty saved up, which ain't a bad thing in itself, but they're gonna end up stressing themselves straight to the grave. I smirked. Maria's heart was always with the girls. Obviously, the party was still for Morgana, but parties were meant to be enjoyed by everyone involved, not only the star. It would have been even better if we could have given all the girls the night off and partied till we dropped. But unfortunately, business isn't strong enough to afford that. And I'd rather not deal with a bunch of blue ball buffoons bitching at me about it late either. So all the girls are gonna take off for getting an extra slice of meat to make up for it. You're on cutting duty. And make sure to cut them exactly the same size. Don't want anyone blowing their top about not getting their fair share. The fate of the party is in your hands. Don't fuck this up. I get the feeling I'll be their punching bag no matter how precisely I cut the meat. On a somewhat different note, I'm surprised you had herbs lying around. Oh yeah, those are... They were a gift from one of my regs. Hello, Jaren. What's up, Jackie? You're as obnoxiously perky as ever, I see. That's how you're gonna greet me, you big butt? For a particular subset of our customer base, it's the relentless perk that keeps them perky. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a compliment. Some girls had to pretend to be spunky airheads to keep those guys coming back, but you're a natural. That's impressive as hell. It is? Whee! I got a big boss seal of approval! I don't think you quite get it, Jaren. You know how Jaren used to work up in the city? Well, one of her old clients followed her when she moved down here. And he's the one who gave her the herbs. Not the cheap bottom of the barrel stuff either. This is some primo shit. Nice haul, Jaren. Hehehe. You're right. You don't get this kind of aroma from a low quality plant. It's strong enough I almost wonder if people outside can smell it. I'll bet we'll have at least a few customers drawn in thinking they were craving puss only to find out they were really hungry. Someone needs to get this woman a damn filter. I really hope Morx likes it. I know she used to hate even the side of meats, but it seems like she's gotten over that recently-ish. People do change over time, so maybe she'll be fine. Maybe she has some kind of traumatic meat-related past, and she's just now overcoming it. Yeah, she does. Meat-related trauma, indeed. Like eating human flesh. Or something to that effect. Hey, some help with these dishes would be real nice. Oh, pick me, I'll do it! Alright, Jackie, see you in a bit! Nothing to Maria, only to Jackie. To the boss lady. It sure didn't take long for her to make this place her home. You make it sound like that's a bad thing. What? Do you not want her here or something? Because personally, I'm doing everything I can to make everyone here feel at home. No, I never said... Why so serious? It was just a joke. I agree with you entirely. A girl like her doesn't belong in a whorehouse. No, she doesn't. A while back, I had suggested Jaren look into some other line of work, to take up singing instead of prostitution. On her days off, she still went to the pub and performed, always in great acclaim. And while it seemed she had seriously considered my proposition, a few days later, she said, I think I'd rather stick around at the brothel for a while. You and Maria treat me like family. And I want to be with my family for now, you know? If that's what she wants, then that's her choice. I have no right to force what I think is best on her. So, question. Yeah? Have you decided what you're going to give her? I haven't the faintest idea what you're referring to. Bullshit, I know, you know, I know you know I know. Ugh, why does she have to be so damned astute? Or is it just that obvious? I hadn't spoken about my feelings for Morgana with anyone since I realized I had them. Not even Maria, my closest friend. But she had a way of seeing right through me. And while she often poked fun at me about the age difference, she never actually mocked me, not seriously at least. Though she did avoid bringing it up while Jaren was around, out of respect for her feelings. Oh! Really? So you know that Jaren is into you? It was hinted at in the last few episodes, but it was never straight up... We don't know if anything happened in the last 7 months. Pretty much all the other girls seem to have picked up on it, so Jaren likely had as well. Then again, it was Jaren, so it was equally likely she hadn't an inkling. After one particular extensive round of teasing, Marie had gone on to say, in the end, all that really matters is that you're happy. Sure, I'll feel bad for Jaren, but ultimately, me and you, we've been to hell and back together. If I have to pick one of you, it'll be you. There are good people here. And yeah, I know, she's as fuck, you don't have to tell me. But hey, there's still the chance Morgana will give you the most brutal rejection of all time. I'd call that one more likely than the alternative. That was her way of showing support. So, what do you get her? As your big sister, I'd be happy to check out the present before you give it to her. Make sure you don't make too big of an ass out of yourself. Again, I'm older than you, and again, we're not related. Ugh. I bought her a necklace, as per your suggestion. Girls appreciate that sort of thing, don't they? Most do. Me, I got a taste for knives and other such pointed things. I doubt she has much interest in those, though. Sometimes, I wonder if you're actually a girl. Excuse you! Who's the last guy you saw with a tits like these? Boing. Yeah, she's a good girl. I'll pray her down smoking if I'd say so myself. You tell me this body don't lie to fire in your loins? Wow. I mean, I was just thinking that having sex workers as friends and knowing that nothing is going to happen is kind of cool. You know? Because you gain a different kind of support from that friend that other than if you think that they only want sex from you, you know? So she's just busting his balls with her own body because she knows that nothing's going to happen. It's a completely different kind of trust here. Yeah, which is awesome. Not even a spark! I've grown so accustomed to seeing you over the years you don't even register in that part of my brain. Is that how it works? You spend so much time with someone you go numb? Would you rather I did find you arousing? Hell no! You so much as lay a finger on me and I'll make sure you never get it up again. Then don't bring up the subject. I'm going to choose to believe she means I won't get up on my feet again. So, today's the day, right? You give her the present and you finally tell her how you feel? Excuse me, why would I? Don't be a wuss. It's about damn time you man up and told her. I think you got a better chance than you think. Do I need to remind you how old she is? 12, as of today. Practically an adult. I was knee-deep in dick at that age. Yeah, they did say something like that either earlier in this game or in the main game, because this is word for word the same thing. You're comparing her to you? The longer you hold off saying something, the more difficult it becomes. Break a leg. Party's gonna be in the back, so there won't be any customers around to interfere. Alright. Anyway, I got the decorations to put up. You get going, meat boy. Meat boy, huh? Oh. Would waiting until she turns 16 really be putting it off for too long? How would I even go about saying it, assuming I actually did? Even if your face still isn't healed in your 4 years, I'll take you as my lifetime partner, Morgana. Ugh, God, no, that's terrible. There has to be a better way to put it. So much for a nice, relaxing birthday party. Morgana arrived as the sun was beginning to set and our preparations neared completion. But yeah, this one is going to be very short. I'm going to cut off here because, if I remember correctly, it is during this party that the raid is going to happen and she's going to be taken again prisoner and become the witch. Okay, so apparently I'm not remembering everything correctly. But there's gonna be a raid, she's gonna be a witch, and then Jacopo is gonna drain her blood. And those are the arcs that are left. Big arcs, but still. So yeah, we're going to be cutting off here for now, and we're going to continue the birthday party in tomorrow's video. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and an extra thank you to all the members of this channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.